it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation, don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the jet. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs, they by my side.
An offensive in each week. Once you've made your game plan, choose to start training.
All right, gentlemen, we made way too many mistakes this week, okay? The coaching staff is gone.
Check out! Line 40! New Orleans, Big Snoop Dogg got a mad and lead. His team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world it's Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come and get some if you want some. But you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg, and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run, or I can get you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you. Madden time when you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20. Snoop Dogg. I get it. I got cleats on my feet, jersey on my back, helmet on my head, ready to attack like that. Down to Mississippi and New Orleans. Big Snoop Dogg got the Madden lead. Your team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world it's Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world it's Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough. I'm Big Snoop Dogg and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. I can get you with the run, or I can hit you with the pass. Check out! I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you. Wanna make a mud league. 2-0. Madden time when you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard.
This one is for gold.
Snoop Dogg is, I get it.
All right, gentlemen, you must have had your oats this morning because today was a great practice. The coaching staff, we can't ask for much more. If you guys consistently do that, we're going to win a lot of ball games.
Check up. 675.
I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. I store up in the end zone, do my dance all on a hater. A mover and a shaker, you a novice, I'm a player. I'm DC, but I'm running through and sacking like a raider. 2 chains on my neck, one for now and one for later. If we don't play fair, baby, we play for keeps. You can pass me up, this is not a bye week. I'm looking for a trophy competition, lick a Steve. Yeah, I'm training, I'm focused, now I'm bombing from the deep. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the the chains.
Second. Right, 674.
Oh, they asking my name, huh? You ready?
Right, 673.
I ain't come to play with you, life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. Early I'm up, I can't spend the day with you. I'm on my business, I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright, I ain't finna play with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I'm ready with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. This shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up, New York City time, another brother better. You will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. I'm reporting live from the side. Ready to try to different vibe. Is you down the ride, down the side? You will never know. You ain't never tried. Work it out. Hit the gym.
Hey, man, hey, come here real quick. I need to talk to you. Listen, you're a leader. People look for you to set the standard. Today's performance, I wouldn't look up to you. Now, come on, pick it up next time.
What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase the reviews. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase the reviews. Yeah, sleeping in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great color keys. Oh no, I couldn't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. So the trophies I done grab, can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I'm like the wind can catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like 2 boxes to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit your team, shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They playing nobody for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these fraud leaders. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on
that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase the what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase the now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase the yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case the news.
Hey, man, that was great. I mean, you had a great day today.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team around took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just try not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, dog.
This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People wanna know where Mace, Poss, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, the head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, passing your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. We're leaving the kings of all crowns. Are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, y'all beat the flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all beat the flow. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions, daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on the mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top, it's missing, the opposition in. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Game one of the post-Andrew Luck era. It's the...
Okay, Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Southern California and the newly named Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Indianapolis Colts and our home team. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
All right, round 80. Get to 50. Check back 50.
Melvin Gordon, the two-time Pro Bowler. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Gordon, a Pro Bowler for the second time last season, 885 yards, 10 touchdowns, and that was only in 12 games played a season ago. And he also switched jersey numbers in the offseason from 28 to 25, and 25, that's the number he wore when he was dominating the Big Ten college gridiron for the Badgers of Wisconsin. Now this throw caught left side, and they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Here is Eckler. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. From the gun, Rivers. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a first down. Now Gordon on first down. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Well, that call makes sense, because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down. Working out of the gun, Rivers. He'll get this to Eckler. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
The Chargers, a team that's really been plagued by... Poor field goal kicking the last decade or so, but I think they feel they've solved their problems with Badger.
I would say so. He went 15 for 16 in 10 games last season, undrafted out of Miami. And remember, he had 5 field goals in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens.
Luck and the Colts come up now first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. This is Marlon Mack, third-year running back. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Luck. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Joey Bosa with the tackle for loss. How about that pedigree in his family?
Yeah, some good pedigree. Tell us about it, Mr. Davis.
Dad played in the NFL, first-round draft pick. Uncle was a first-round draft pick. He's got a brother coming behind him. But Joey Bosa, guy plays really, really hard and plays all aspects on defense.
Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. A shotgun snap for Luck. And that's going to be intercepted. It's the all-pro safety, Derwin James. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rivers. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
A 62-yard attempt.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice. And he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. He wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
Now this is Hilton on the receiving end. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Luck defers to Mack. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. From the 30 on 2nd down, Luck. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Luck. He's got Jack Doyle. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 18.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. One man, 11 feet.
From the red zone now, Luck. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. Out of the gun, Luck. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
One thing thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Love. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. Showed off the footwork, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Now Luck on 3rd and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A reminder coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the one weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut, and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern. A nice run on 1st down, gets him 6 yards to the 31. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On 2nd down, Eckler. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger 1st down. A couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Rivers hands off to Eckler. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Well, this Week 1 matchup between the Colts and the Chargers, there are a couple of ties between the two franchises. Of course, Colts head coach Frank Reich, he spent 2 seasons as the Chargers offensive coordinator in 2014 and 15. Then he would have 2 years as the Eagles OC before coming to Indianapolis. But also, Colts fans, they do not have good memories of the 2007 and 2008 seasons, both times losing to the Chargers in the playoffs when they felt like they had a team that could have gone to the Super Bowl. Running on 1st down, Eckler, and he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
There goes Melvin Gordon, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, 34 yards, and the Chargers are going to retake the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
49's a Mike. 49's a Mike. You better be afraid of me. You Monday.
On first down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Antonio Brown, 48 yards. And the Colts are once again going to retake the lead. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Melvin Gordon and the Chargers ready for their next possession. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore. Or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Rivers. Completes it to Benjamin. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Rivers again. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Rivers. Benjamin's got it. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rivers, and he's got his man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown there, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Badgley on for the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Anything? Now a hit and lock. Lost the football. It's out. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Looking deep for Hilton. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we're at halftime here. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. And we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Lifted to throw on 2nd down. Luck. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They're going to go for it here on 4th. Luck in the offense is going to stay out there.
Come get some. Come on, come get some. Hey, Delta.
Here we go on 4th. Luck. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Charger defense stands tall and they get the football back. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
To throw again. Rivers. He's got it to Williams. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Now he's the guy, Mike Williams, that the Chargers took 7th overall a couple of years ago. Battled injuries as a rookie, but in full health last year, he caught 43 passes with a knack of really finding the end zone. 10 of those 43 catches went for touchdowns. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Rivers on the money, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 15 yards on that one and a Charger 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. Now it's a bootleg with Rivers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It was Justin Houston, the native of Statesboro, Georgia, with a sack. They get the sack on the blitz, but it was 3rd and inches. Are you surprised like I am they weren't running the football there?
I'm right there with you. I would have thought at worst. Quarterback sneak, try and pick up the first down and move on. But instead, I think they thought they could catch him by surprise and maybe hit something deep.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And
a battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by David Anderson. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Well, the timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way. Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rivers, and this is going to be incomplete. Rocky Sin, a rookie second-rounder from Temple, there to make the play. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Rivers now. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. The linebacker, Darius Leonard, applied the heat. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring... You're running back in to try and keep you clean, but in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be intercepted. It's the all-pro safety, Derwin James.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season, it's big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
It showed right there. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. Back to throw. Love. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Denzel Perryman. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Now it's Love. He's going deep for and that's caught inside the 35. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Antonio Brown. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys are back within a single score. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Rivers, he leads to Eckler on the draw. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter. Throwing, Rivers, and that is incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Rivers on the money to Benjamin. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
Andrew Luck, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago when he was comeback player of the year. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Luck. Got some real estate inside the 30. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Luck gives this one off to Mack. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. And he'll be close to a first down at the Chargers' 14. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. This will be caught by Brown. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. That's 3 touchdown passes now for Andrew Luck. And now they have taken a 4th quarter lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Phillip Rivers and his Chargers about ready to take over again. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now Mack. Credit the tackle to Brandon Mebane. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He doesn't find a ton of space following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now Luck. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They snap it to Luck. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
Still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Back to throw. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. Rivers has been through this many times as he'll hustle his guys to the line. He's back to throw. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. 25 yards that time. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Andrew Luck in the offense. Down by 4, 70 seconds remaining. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here first and 10. There's some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a first and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Antonio Brown, 75 yards, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Well, the tides have turned. Now all eyes shift to the Chargers. Trailing by a field goal. 57 seconds to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on first down.
180. 180. Let's go, B. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Wait, 89.
Rivers to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. He'll look to throw. He'll get this to Eckler. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Rivers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
Let him know.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Rivers on 4th down. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Jabal Sheard wreaking the defensive havoc. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run with Mack. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the players on your team earned XP.
Are you ready for some football?
Quickly upgrade your team at the end of each game. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden league. His team is off the hook and you don't really want none. But if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your dad.